Beautiful Sunday morning here in South Louisiana. Had a few people hop on. So I got a good buddy of mine, Ben Azadi, who is an expert at health and fitness, fasting, and keto, right? Which I'm a big advocate of. If you guys know, it's a total game changer. Let a few people hop on before we bring them on. But Ben is an expert in that field. He's a 3-time best-selling author, national speaker, and just an overall great guy. So hop on. And looks like we got a few people on. Let me switch this camera over here. All right. I know it's early in the morning. I don't typically do these Facebook Lives early in the Sunday morning, but hell, we try it out, right? What's up, Taylor? What's up, Patty? Please share and invite, guys. I'm going to give away some free tickets. Matthew, Larry, Jordan, please share and invite. Let me post the, let me bring him on. Let me bring him on real quick. Also, Ben, hope you got some headphones, man. Staticky. Let's see how it is. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me all right, too, guys. Yo.
What's up, Chris?
My brother, man.
Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you. You didn't eat breakfast this morning, did you?
I had some tea with some grass-fed ghee today.
All right.
What about you?
No, man, I don't eat breakfast.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you.
So, man, I appreciate you coming on so early on a Sunday morning and giving some great value and content for these guys. And guys, if you're listening, this is not about being, just a real estate entrepreneur or just a business owner and entrepreneur in general. This is such a important aspect. Even if you just want to level up, even if you're just an employee, who cares? Just to feel better, get more energy, and live longer, right? So I'll let Ben touch on all these topics. Like, this stuff is, I mean, honestly, you guys know me for real estate and all that and being an entrepreneur and flipping houses and mobile home parks. But, like, honestly, I love this topic so much. It's dear to me because, guys, if you don't feel good, you can't get shit done. So I'll let Ben Azadi take it from here. Ben, give him a 50,000-foot view of who you are, where you're from, what you're about, and then we'll deep dive maybe some stuff you're going to be talking about at Skill-A-Thon.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Chris, for having me on your live stream, brother. I love what you're doing as well, and your community is amazing. Skill-A-Thon last year was one of the best events I've been to, and my girlfriend, who's not even at all interested in real estate, she went with me to support me, and she loved it because of the self-development principles that were taught that could be transferred to anywhere. So it was an amazing event, and this year is going to be even better. So thank you for the opportunity, first and foremost, to give you a 50,000 view of who I am. Best-selling author, like you said. I've been in the health space for 11 years now. And out of the last 11 years, I've been studying on average about 3 hours every single day for 11 years. And I say that not to impress you, but to impress upon you that I've done a lot of research, a lot of studying. I spent a lot of money on figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Because when we go on Dr. Google and we type in, what's a healthy diet? What is intermittent fasting? What is keto? Millions, hundreds of millions of results are going to be given to us, and we're just going to be conflicted because you're going to have well-respected authorities saying you should be doing this, and then well-respected authorities saying you should not be doing that, you should be doing this. So how do you know who to believe? And that's exactly what my mission is, to cut through all that noise. Here at Keto Camp, we're on a mission to educate and inspire 1 billion people on planet Earth to teach them these tools of health. So in my presentation coming up in Skill-A-Thon 2019 in December in New Orleans, I put together in December in New Orleans, I put together 7 key habits that every entrepreneur must have. And if you implement these key habits, they're healthy habits, you're going to upgrade your business, your relationships, your energy levels. Because you said it, what good is all that money in the bank if you don't have the energy, the vitality to enjoy, and the lifespan to enjoy it? Because you could be working so hard these past 10 years, which is great. I'm all for earning money and developing that bank account. But what's the use if you're taking years off your life and you don't have the energy to enjoy it? So I put together a presentation for this December, and I cannot wait to share it, bro.
I love it, man. You know, it's funny is when I found out about fasting and keto about 5 years ago, it was kind of taboo, right? Like you said, it was a lot of people like saying, "Oh, that's unhealthy. You're gonna ruin your kidneys, yada yada yada." But it was crazy because I would kind of listen to some of that stuff, and I was like, man, if that's true, why do I feel so good when I'm fasting? Why do I literally feel like I'm on drugs? Because I felt so good. And it's like, you got to be careful where you get your information from, guys. Most people are giving you information based on a vested interest. If you don't know what that means, meaning they have a predetermined plan of telling you information to divert you into maybe a sales funnel or trying to make money off it. Like, this is real shit. The body doesn't need 6 meals a day, even 3 meals a day. We freaking come from caveman. You think they had a freaking Circle K and a grocery store in every corner like they do now? No, you'd be lucky if you freaking ate every other day. You ran around half naked with a fucking bow and arrow chasing gazelles all day. So that's where we come from. Correct me if I'm wrong, right, Ben?
Yeah, we're made up of 70 trillion cells, and every cell is hardwired that way. It's hardwired for cycles of no food, fasting, and cycles of food where you're feasting. And we have not evolved away from that. It's been this way for hundreds of millions of years. So that's exactly right, Chris.
Love that. So, guys, you know, my conference is not just about entrepreneurship. It's not just about real estate wholesaling, flipping, buying, hold all that stuff. This is a personal development conference more than it is an actual entrepreneurship or even a real estate conference. Like Ben said last year, his girlfriend said she got a lot out of it because it was so tailor-made toward helping you become a better human being. Like, not just a better entrepreneur. Like, I want to help people. Like, we talked on marriage, we talked on relationships, we talked on health and fitness, fasting, entrepreneur. My events are dynamic, guys. Dynamic. It's going to help you level up. It's going to help you become a better entrepreneur. It's going to help you become a better real estate investor. It's going to help you become a better employee, a better, lover, a better marriage partner. Like, I want you guys to leave my conference being like, wow, I got so much value out of it. And that's what happened last year. We literally had people crying last year. It was freaking amazing. So Ben is my guy that I actually get a lot of information from. You need to follow this guy. This guy is going to give you so much value, and he's going to break through some barriers that you're probably not used to hearing. He's going to tell you things that you probably are going to be like, there's no way. I'm telling you, this guy speaks from the heart. He gives you raw, real, applicable information that's going to help you with your mindset. Get rid of that fog in your mind that you always have, that sleepiness, that tiredness. I don't care. All that bullshit because you're 35, 40 years old. These doctors telling you testosterone's lower and all that. It ain't a testosterone problem. It's a food problem. It's what you're putting in your body. Ben, can you maybe talk on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to our health, it's all about inflammation. And I know that everybody's heard that word inflammation before. But when I say inflammation, it's different than a sore shoulder from a workout or a sprained ankle. When I say inflammation, I'm talking about inflammation around your cells. So I touched upon it a few seconds ago. We're made up of 70 trillion cells, and every cell has something around it called a cell membrane. This is kind of like the bodyguard of your cells. Within your cells, you have your genes that you're born with, which we cannot change the genes we're born with. But, and this is a huge caveat here, we can change the expression of those genes. So the cell membrane, when that becomes inflamed, when we get cellular inflammation, it sends signals to your cells to on bad genes. And all of a sudden, cancer starts growing. All of a sudden, diabetes starts to happen. Blood sugars become dysregulated. So it's all about inflammation around the cells. And what I'm going to teach, everything I'm going to teach at Skill-A-Thon is designed to teach your guests how to bring down inflammation in the body. And one simple thing I'm going to teach at that event is I'm going to show you how to teach the body to choose its preferred fuel source, which is fat. And I know a lot of people might hear that and think, oh, he's going to teach me keto. I don't care about keto. No, I'm not going to teach you keto in the sense that you probably heard about keto. I'm going to teach you how to teach your body to burn the natural fuel that it's been designed to burn. And I want you to consider this. Every single human being, when they were a baby, getting breast milk from their mother, they were burning fat because breast milk has saturated fat, has cholesterol, and it helps that baby brain develop. So when you can teach the body to do that, you feel so much better. So you have this laser-like focus, mental clarity. If you have extra weight you're carrying, it'll just burn off as a side effect. And the biggest thing here is you reduce cellular inflammation, so you live longer and you have more vitality. So I'm going to touch upon that in depth at Skill-A-Thon.
Wow, it's funny you talked about babies. You know, you always look at a baby because you talked about this at my mastermind about how, you know, a baby is on keto while he's breastfeeding. And if you ever notice how happy a baby is after they, it's maybe breastfed. I mean, we had 5 children, so they're laughing. We call it milk drunk. They got milk coming off their side and they're just laughing and giggling because most of that milk is consisting of fat, correct?
Yeah, it's consisting of saturated fat, cholesterol. There is some sugar in there as well. But the baby, most of those babies are producing ketones. They're in a natural fat burning state. Yes.
So, but that is the natural state of a human being. All this processed sugar, the Skittles, the freaking Kit Kat, the chips, that stuff is, I mean, it's poison for the body, correct?
Yeah, it takes that baby, which was designed to burn fat. A human being is designed, burning fat is our birthright, and it converts them to now, and it teaches them how to be a sugar burner. Now, the bad thing about that, especially as an entrepreneur, if you are a sugar burner, and I'm going to teach you how to know if you're a sugar burner at Skill-A-Thon, if you are a sugar burner, it is a weak fuel source because you got to keep fueling up every 2 to 3 hours. You got to keep snacking and grazing. How can you run your business that way if you always have to look for food? Like, look at somebody like Chris. Nobody can compete with Chris right now because he doesn't have to eat every 2 to 3 hours. He could travel and not have to rely on food. He could work on his business, on his self-development instead of finding food. So when you're burning sugar, you can't do that. You have to rely on a fuel source, a hit of glucose every few hours. And I'm going to show you how to get away from that.
Well, not even that, guys. Just the benefits that the cognitive. I don't do it for I do it for the cognitive ability more than anything. The next level of thinking that you get when you're in a fasted state, the awareness, the intuition. We touched about this on my mastermind. It's next level. Like, guys, it's you literally, it puts your mind and your thought process on hyperdrive. As soon as I eat, like, it sucks all. I mean, literally, it takes, when you put food in your stomach, and Ben can talk about this, when you put food in your stomach, how much energy does it take to break down that food?
It takes massive amounts of energy to take that food from those macronutrients, the protein, the fat, and fiber, and then mix it up with micronutrients and distribute it to the body. And Chris, it takes all this blood flow away from the brain down to digestion. And if you have all that going on, how are you able to focus and concentrate? Because that's exactly what's happening with you. That's why you feel so much better when you're fasting. And I'm going to teach you how to practice fasting the right way, because if you do it the wrong way, you won't get the benefits that we're talking about here. So there's really custom ways to do this, guys. You can't, there's no cookie cutter approach to do it. I'm going to teach it in my unique way that I've applied to thousands and thousands of people to get these results. And I'm going to teach you how to do it the exact way I've taught it for so many years.
I love it, man. And you're going to get into all the other benefits, not just as an entrepreneur. You know, there's things called autophagy, which we can get on later, you know, how to make you live longer, healing the cells. When you're not eating, your body can actually heal the body itself and restore the cell growth, stem cell, like all that stuff that's a byproduct of not eating, correct?
Yeah, what happens is the body develops what's called zombie cells. I'm going to talk about it at the seminar. Zombie cells are these cells. They're actually called senescent cells. They're cells in your body that have no function. They're just lying around, dormant. They're not contributing to your health, and we want to get rid of them. And one of the most powerful ways to get rid of these zombie cells is a process, like you mentioned, called autophagy, which literally means eat thyself, self-eating. Your body actually starts eating these damaged cells, these zombie cells, and it produces a new stem cell for a healthier cell. And you get that with fasting and specific foods as well, and ingredients that I'm going to mention at the seminar.
I just have one of my students that just made a comment, Jesus. He said the benefits are incredible. It's like having an extra set of skills. So Jesus actually is in my program. First time I talked to him, I introduced him to fasting, and he lost 40 pounds in like 4 months. I mean, amazing. I mean, he came to my office not long ago, but he showed me pictures of how much weight he lost. This is real, guys. Like, you don't need that much food. And I know, look, I forgot who said that. Somebody said that feeling good, food doesn't taste as good as as, how did she say that? It
As
was,
yeah, food doesn't taste as good as health feels.
yes, exactly. And it's so true. Like, it's like imagine having a sense of well-being all the time. Like it's almost, when I'm in a fasted state, literally my house could burn down. And I'm like, if I'm in that real, like when I'm really, really in ketosis big time, like literally nothing bothers me. Nothing. I don't have anxiety. I don't have depression. Guys, if you have depression, if you have anxiety, get off the meds. Stop taking antidepressants. Stop taking freaking Zoloft, Paxil. Try exercising and fasting. I guarantee you it's a way better fix than freaking taking Paxil, Prozac, all that stuff. Jesus said he lost 60 pounds in 7 months.
Wow.
That's amazing, man.
Wow. Way to go, Jesus. I can't wait
Yep.
to meet you. That's awesome, dude.
Yep. So, guys, I wanted to bring Ben on because I want you guys to follow this dude. Like, this dude is an amazing giver. He's helped out hundreds and hundreds of people. He's got a YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of views. Tell about your YouTube channel, how much it's blown up here in the past 6 months.
Yeah. I just hit 2 million views yesterday in less than 10
Wow.
months, dude. So it's blown up. Keto Camp, camp with the K. I don't know if this is backwards here, but Keto Camp is where you could find me on YouTube. That's probably my biggest platform. I'm releasing 5 brand new videos on there. But the thing about Keto Camp YouTube is that I'm releasing a lot of content on there, but I don't go really deep because I need about 45 minutes at least to go deep. And that's why at Skill-A-Thon, I'm getting 45 minutes to go deep. So it's different finding my material in my podcast, the Keto Camp podcast, and then actually seeing me in person. Also, I'm going to be there all weekend. You get to meet me. You get to ask me specific questions. And I'll give you coaching right there in person. I'm going to be there. I'm all in for the full weekend because I got so much out of last year, and I want to watch the other speakers. And we didn't even talk about this. The relationships and connections you're going to make are worth the price alone and so much more, because I met so many friends over there, so many clients over there that I wouldn't have met if I didn't go to the last Skill-A-Thon. So to answer your question, yeah, YouTube on Keto Camp and also Keto Camp podcast if you listen to the podcast.
Instagram, where can they find you on Instagram?
It's at the, and then my name, Ben Azadi. At the Ben Azadi is where you could find me on Instagram. Very active on there as well.
Awesome. Jesus says, I love that this topic. People don't realize the benefits of this lifestyle. It's a must for people that want to reach their potential. 100%, Jesus. Guys,
Yeah.
I would not have Ben Azadi come to my event if I didn't think there was massive value regarding intermittent fasting, keto, and taking care of your body. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how successful you are. If you don't feel good, you can't enjoy anything. Health is wealth, like Ben always says. Health is true wealth. You know, if you feel like shit, but you're worth $100 million, who gives a shit? It don't matter. I'd rather be broke and feel good all the time, honestly, than to be worth $100 million and miserable, sick, and hate my life. Because at least I feel good. So think about that. Let that soak in. And I'm not telling you this to sell a bill of goods about Ben or even my event. I'm telling you, learn the fasting technique. People have been doing this stuff for thousands of years. Every major religion talks about this. Jesus talks about this. Buddha talks about this. Mohammed. Most major religions are teaching fast. You got the Ramadan. You know, the Muslims do it because it's a cleansing process. Your body needs to heal. And when you do that, like, you literally take your health and fitness to the next level, and your mindset is just ridiculous what happens to your mindset. So imagine not having to eat lunch every day and being on hyperdrive, how much more you would get done from the people that have to, well, for one, you're going to save money. 2, you're going to save on productivity because you're not going to have to, because I mean, think about it. When you eat lunch, you come back to the office and you're like all groggy for the next 2 hours. Then you have to drink a coffee. You spike in your insulin. You know, it's just, I don't even eat lunch. Like, I work through lunch. So if you take that, 5, 6 days, 7 days a week where I'm not eating lunch, how much money you save? And then I'm still on a spike of energy and I'm being productive through that hour, 7 days a week. And I don't ever get tired. Think of how much productivity you get done versus somebody else. You multiply that times 4 weeks in a month times 12 months. You see why I get so much done. People ask me all the time, Chris, how do you do what you do? You have 5 kids. You have 3 or 4 businesses. You're all over the place. Guys, this is my secret weapon. I'm telling you, it's not because I'm smarter. It's not because I have more energy. I do have more energy because I implement this strategy and Ben is the expert at this. I know a lot about it, but I don't teach it because I don't, it's just not I know a lot about it, but I'm not an expert. This is why I bring the hitters like Ben to help you level up your body so that you can be firing on all 8 cylinders, because right now most of you guys are firing on 4 cylinders. Ben, did you want to touch on that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And I tell people all the time, don't eat lunch, eat the marketplace. It's the same thing with me. People tell me, how do you get so much work done? I'm just going. I'm going on energy. I don't have to rely on a meal every 2-3 hours. And a lot of people think, how is that even possible? Because me and you are both lean. How do we fast all the time? Well, the body is very, very smart. It has body fat to sustain life. Somebody who has 10% body fat, which is pretty low, it's pretty lean, 10% body fat, they have about 60 to 80,000 calories on their body. So they can go weeks without food. It's possible, it's doable, and I'm going to show you the exact steps to do so. But if you're serious about your business, which I know all of you are, if you're serious about your health, then you got to invest in your health, which is, like you said, your true wealth. It pays the best dividends, because I believe, Chris, we were designed to live at least to 120 years old. And if you could imagine what that would look like when you're 110, 115 years old, you get to see your kids. You get to see what impact you've made with your businesses and how it's grown into new businesses and all the things you've done in this world. But most people are not going to do that because they're not following these steps. They're following what the masses are talking about. And I tell people all the time, be careful when you follow the masses, because sometimes that M is silent. Okay, you're following people who don't have your best interests. You're following a whole bunch of bad information. So I'm gonna show you my truth, and I don't expect them to believe me, but I want them to leave there with the faith to try it out. And I know if they just take a few things and try it out, it'll just change their life for the better.
Yeah, and we're not selling a bill of goods. It ain't gonna be easy, guys. Like, if you've been burning sugar your whole life, when I first started, you're gonna go through what's called a little bit of keto flu, but there's a lot of tips and tricks that Ben's gonna help you to take supplements to get you past that first hump of pushing out your meals further and further and pulling out the sugar out of your system and starches. But he's going to give you the actual formula and breakdown to make it as painless as possible. But will it be easy? No. Nothing's easy that's good for you, right? I'm drinking water and apple cider vinegar right now. Does it taste good? No. But why do I drink it? Because I know it's good for me, right? It cleans the gut. It helps with, there's all kind of benefits to it, right? You got to be willing to do shit that you don't want to do. The unique ability to make yourself do the shit you don't want to do is going to define who you are as an entrepreneur. If you don't like doing shit you don't want to do, and you can't force yourself to do shit that you don't want to do, and you're not disciplined, dude, this ain't for you. Stick to your day job, or stick to, doing whatever you want to do. But my followers and I'm trying to draw attention to people that are trying to do big shit, who are trying to take their life to the next level. I ain't trying to do what everybody else does. Go look at what everybody else does. They're getting everybody else's results. I don't want to be like everybody else. I know Ben doesn't want to be like everybody else. And if you're watching me, you definitely don't want to be like everybody else. You want to be extraordinary. You want to do shit that nobody else can do. And the way you do that is you get tips, you get tricks, you get knowledge, and you get around people that know shit that you don't know, and you implement the shit that you don't know. And it's going to be hard. It's not going to feel good. But at the end of the day, you're going to grow and you're going to become better because of it. Any last words, Ben?
Yeah, I second what Chris just said. A lot of people, they do everything that's easy and their life is hard. If you could flip that around, do everything that's...
Say that again so they can hear, because that was great. Say that again loud and clear.
A lot of people, most people, they do everything that's easy and they live a hard life. They don't get the results they want. But if you could flip that around, what the successful people do, they do the things that are hard, so their life is easy. Their life is efficient. They're doing the things that are impactful and meaningful to them. And that's what we're talking about here. Some of it could come off as tough love, and it is. We're just telling you how it is, because a lot of people won't tell you this truth. And I'm going to do the same thing. So when I stand up there on stage in December in New Orleans, I am not going to tell you the old, same old, eat more fruits and vegetables, count your calories, BS that you probably heard in the past. I promise you, the information I'm going to share with you, it's unlike anything you've ever come across before. And if you choose a couple things that I share and run with it, it's going to change your life. You share with your family, it's going to share your family's life. Speaking of which, your son, Aiden, he commented on my live stream that he just fasted 36 hours, right?
Yep.
He was telling me that. So things like that. Chris inspired his son to fast 36 hours. His son has lost a whole bunch of weight.
He lost
Imagine what you could
35
do for your
pounds.
family. 35 pounds. He's fasting 36 hours. So I just encourage you. I'd love to meet you all over there. I'm going to be there the whole weekend, and take action if this is resonating with you. And thank you, Chris.
Awesome. Guys, follow this guy. He's got some programs. Get his they're super inexpensive. Like the value this guy gives for what he charges is ridiculous. I'm way more expensive than him. So you're trying to learn real estate, I'm way more expensive. You're trying to learn health and fitness, go see this guy. It's peanuts. Peanuts for what he gives. So do you have a website, Ben, that they can go to?
Yeah, well, they can go to my benazadi.com if they want to learn more about me. And my programs are on there as well. And also you'll see it on YouTube and also Instagram. But benazadi.com is my website. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, man. Well, listen, I really appreciate you doing this on a Sunday morning. Guys, thanks for coming, and get your tickets to Skill-A-Thon. I'm going to be running specials here and there. We had a blowout special for Halloween where I did 40% off. I'm going to keep running specials here and there, but get your tickets. Don't wait till the last minute. I've only got an X amount of tickets for people, because if you do book, you need to hurry up and get your room booked in the Hilton. It's December 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Hilton on the Mississippi River. It's going to be an amazing event in December. New Orleans is beautiful in December. There's Christmas trees. If you haven't been to New Orleans, you have to experience the culture, the food, everything. But after you listen to Ben, you're probably not going to want to eat. So anyway, all right, guys. Ben, I appreciate you, man. I think the world of you. I love that you're helping everybody, and keep doing big stuff, man.
I appreciate you, brother. Can't wait for New Orleans. See you soon.
Awesome, brother. Take care.
You too.
All right, guys, get your tickets to Skill-A-Thon. I've got the link above. Listen, if you want to come, I'll give you 20% off right now. Type in Skills30 or share this stream, and I may give you a free ticket. For you guys that are just watching, share the stream. I'm going to go back here in a couple hours, and I'm going to pick a couple people to give a couple free general admission tickets. But listen, if you don't like my event, and if you buy a ticket and you don't like your event, I'll give you your money back. That's how confident I am that you will get massive value from my event. Massive value. It ain't going to be the same old real estate event that you used to, motivation, rah, rah, rah. I mean, we're going to have some of that, but a lot of stuff is like stuff that you can actually implement in your life to do better. Like, you got to get around the right. You got all this information and knowledge out there. It's really, I was thinking about this last night. It doesn't matter how much knowledge you have, how much information. Honestly, the secret sauce is getting around the right people. Because if you got all the best information, all the knowledge in the world to do good in life, but you around a bunch of freaking negative Nancy's and people that are actively suppressing you and not, maybe nagging at you all the time or telling you you're stupid or you can't do this or you can't do that, I'm telling you, you're not going to get far in life. Like, you got to pull all the bullshit out. You got to extract yourself from a bad environment and push yourself into a positive, like-minded environment where people around you are trying to do the same thing you're doing. And the way you do that is you get to an event like this, because if you're trying to do well in life, other people that are coming to this event are trying to do the same shit you're doing. This is how I leveled up in life. I'm not telling you this because I want to sell tickets. I'm telling you this because I was inspired. I went to an event 5 years ago or 4 years ago and freaking just changed my mindset, helped me level up. And I just continue to get around the right people. And the right people is not your neighbors. It's not your friends from high school. It's people that are trying to do exactly what you're doing, and they're not a dime a dozen. Like, there's only a few people. Like, you might be 10% of the population trying to level up. The rest of 90% of the population just wants to live an average life. They don't care. They just want to exist, right? I don't want to exist. I want to thrive. I want to live in abundance. I want to do big stuff. I want to help other people. I want to make a lot of money. I want you to make a lot of money. And I don't want to be around a bunch of people that are going to bring me down. So you got to get around people that are like trying to do good just like you. So I want to see you at Skill-A-Thon. I want to shake your hand, and I want to just get to know you, right? Because the connections that you're going to make, they're going to be priceless. Not even the speakers you meet. It's really the other people you're going to meet that are going to be next level. I'm starting businesses with people that I met at masterminds 4 years ago, right? High level guys that I would have never met if I went to those masterminds. So keep that in mind. If you're on the fence about getting tickets, I want to see you there. Share the stream. If you want to buy it, do Skills30 and the discount code, and I'll give you 20% off. Peace.